This episode is sponsored by the Hollywood Casino at Charlestown Races in West Virginia. October entertainment includes Easton Corbin on the 11th and Dirty Honey on the 12th. Plus, don't miss a minute of football season. Join us in the sportsbook with a tailgate party on October 27th. Visit HollywoodCasino.com to see how you can reserve your package. Must be 21 to enter the casino floor and attend a show. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Welcome to the newest episode of Beyond the Fame with Jason Fraley. I'm your host, Jason Fraley, picking the brains of the top filmmakers, musicians, and artists of our time. Hip-hop icon Ice Cube performs at the Live Casino and Hotel in Hanover, Maryland on October 11th. He joined me to reflect on his career from NWA hits like Straight Outta Compton to solo hits like It Was a Good Day, as well as his film career from dramas like Boys in the Hood to comedies like Friday.
Yo, what up?
Hey, Ice Cube. Hey, thanks so much for joining us.
Hey, man, thanks for having me.
Oh, this is an absolute honor. You're a legend of the music industry, my friend. We're talking because you are coming to the Live Casino and Hotel in Hanover, Maryland on October 11th. Everybody get your tickets. And that number 11, October 11th, it's kind of fitting because this is you're touring your 11th solo studio album, right? It's called Man Down. It drops this fall. Tell me it kind of sounds like a double meaning to me, right? Because it's like man down, but also it's sort of about the complexity of being a man in today's world, right?
Yeah, without a doubt, it's really about, just looking at where, the alpha male sits right now. We've been called toxic for too long. It's time for us to stand up and be ourselves, and write some of the things that's going crazy in this world. So it's a record that's just kind of talking about where we are right now. And, man down hopefully leads to man up.
Nice. Who is an alpha? I see the Magic Johnson jersey behind you. He's co-owner of the Commanders, and Jaden Daniels is alphaing out on the ball field right now. He's looking good, isn't he?
Man, he's looking great. He's an amazing talent, to be able to come into the NFL and just produce and perform. And, you guys look like y'all got a winner right now. So it's pretty cool.
Long time coming, my friend. All right, well, back to the album, real quick. And the show at the casino in Maryland. I assume you'll sprinkle in some of the greatest hits over the years, but do you want to tease a track or two off of the new album that you'll definitely be playing for us?
I don't know. People haven't heard it, so to me, this show is really about. I've been in the game 40 years. I started rapping like 40. Started rapping in '83, so. This is about that, it's about, taking you from the NWA days, bringing you into the present, everything in between. And, the new album, it'll come out soon enough. The single will be out on the 18th. So, you might hear a little bit of it, but at the end of the day, it's really about, those the hits from the catalog and really reminding people of my place in the game.
It's going to be a journey through your discography. Well, let's do a little bit of that journeying here in this brief time we have with you today. I know you were born in LA in '69, so you would have been like 19-ish when NWA when Straight Outta Compton came out in '88. You and Dre and Easy and all the rest of the guys. I love how you just hit us right in the face with that song. Like I know you all are taking turns with the verses, but I love that you get the first verse, and in your first three lines, you say the song title / location of the origin, your name in the second line, and then the group name all in the first three lines. So was that the idea? Like it's an announcement. I'm Ice Cube and this is NWA and we're here to stay.
Well, it was, the songs were created out of order. So I didn't know that was going to be the first song on the album. That was at the time up to Dr. Dre and Easy, how the records was going to lay in there. So, I was just wanting to come raw. By then, Um, you're dealing with some great MCs. You're dealing with the DOC, who was part of the project. He don't get a lot of credit, but he was writing a lot of great stuff too. And then you have MC Ren, who got the voice of, he like DMC from Run DMC on the mic. So you had all these formidable MCs and Easy, who was a star at the time when we did the record.
Rest in peace.
It was really,
Legend.
yeah, rest in peace. So his voice was unmatched, and so you just wanted to cut through as a young, ferocious rapper. I wanted to announce myself to the world, so to speak, every time I got on the mic.
Yeah. Well, you certainly did, and not only was it those great energetic songs, but also a lot of social commentary. Like I always think it's in that time and place. You had Public Enemy on the East Coast doing "Fight the Power" in the late '80s, and you had NWA doing "F the Police" and some of the other social commentary stuff on the West Coast. Like, talk about how was there like a push and pull, or you guys were I mean, before Biggie and Pac, was there like a push between your all's groups in the late '80s, now Rock and Roll Hall of Fame groups? Great job. But on like who you're both, spitting social commentary back and forth.
We were fans of each other. Uh, it's no coincidence that when I left NWA, um, the Bomb Squad and Public Enemy produced my first solo album. So
Yeah,
we
man.
were fans of the production, the subject matter, the arrangements, just the group to me um, is the perfect hip hop group.
Yeah.
Public Enemy. So we learned a lot from them,
Mm.
and we wanted to do it our way though. Living in Southern California, South Central Compton and Watts. These are areas that we wanted to let the world know what was going on. So when we first came out, we called it reality rap. And then the industry coined it gangster rap. But at the end of the day, we was just talking about what we were seeing and going through, what our friends was going through, and just the experience of being young in that area at the time.
It was reality rap. Perfect way to call it. And you mentioned your early solo stuff. I always love Check Yourself, which sort of I think was like this like samples of the message. But tell me about It Was a Good Day. To me, that's like the solo masterpiece from at least from your early days. I know you've done so much since, but tell me about memories of writing it. That's just one of them great storytelling songs. You feel like we're living that day with you, man.
Yeah, it was a good day. Actually was a controversial record within my crew. At the time I had did so many hardcore records about what it was like, growing up. Um, but I said, yo, I'm a real MC, so I want to talk about reality. So if I'm having a good day, why can't I rap about it? Why we always just got to rap about pain and struggle, and we can't rap about, you know, having a good time growing up, because that's part of it too, and I end up coming out with the movie Friday, which was an extension of It Was a Good Day, the song. But the song was just about living in the hood, but really everything going right.
Absolutely. And I want to get to Friday in 1 second, but I don't want to jump over Boys in the Hood because I freaking love that movie. And that's 91. Your Doughboy and Domino Mother, you know what, is just legendary. But and Furious Styles, the whole thing is just amazing. But tell me about I want to ask you about that John Singleton, rest in peace again. That powerful opening image of the stop sign. I mean, again, it gives us the setting of where we are, the street, LA, but also the message of the movie, right? Stop violence, stop racism, which we loop back around with your speech at the end. But and it's pretty genius. It's something we viewers will see as we leave the theater. We see stop signs, so we're remembering the movie. But talk about how genius that was as sort of the bookend.
Yeah, the name of the movie, people forget, it's called Boys in the Hood, but the underline was Increase the Peace.
Yep.
And so that was the underlying message of, this is crazy, and when will this ever stop?
Yeah.
And we got to look for ways to increase the peace. And so starting with that stop sign is a message to the viewer, to anybody that's going through them situations to it only takes all of us to stop
Yep.
for things to change. And so, John Singleton was brilliant at being real, but also, um, pointing in directions of hope in his movies and figuring out, what we need to do to become better human beings and people.
Yeah, just it's sort of like when Spike's movies when he's telling us to wake up, uppy wake. It's Singleton saying stop. But when John's making Higher Learning in '95, that's when you're doing Friday, and I know you're starring in it, and you co-wrote it actually, like the stoner comedy of our time. The previous generation had Cheech and Chong, we had you and Chris Tucker. But what's the bigger legacy of that movie, man? Is it the fact that we're all still quoting and memeing "Bye Felicia," or is it that there's an NFL star running around named after Debo?
Um, I think it's the fact that everybody has experienced that movie in their own life,
Yeah.
some way, shape, or form. We all can live that movie, just hanging out with your craziest friend, figuring out what to do for the day. It's something that we all have lived. And I think it's also the day the bully gets beat up. And everybody remembers and loves the day that, the bully gets his ass kicked. So I think with that, that's the reason why the movie has, and it's hilarious, without a doubt.
Yeah.
But it's something that we all have experienced. We all can experience it again. It's kind of the movie for everyday people to love because they've lived it.
Yeah, that's sort of like the People's Champ kind of a movie. We all can relate to it. Before we go, I really have to ask your reunion with F. Gary Gray because he directed Friday. But you come on as producer, and your son is O'Shea Jackson Jr., starring in the Oscar-nominated biopic Straight Outta Compton in 2015. It was one of the better. I mean, we've seen a bunch, Ray Charles and did Walk the Line, and we'd seen a bunch at that point. But I think Straight Outta Compton you could put up there as right up with the best one. So talk about you transitioning sort of a behind the scenes role for that. It's your life story, but at the same time, I know you got Cube Vision now, the first look TV deal with Paramount Global, but I guess I want to kind of transition into like what's it been like getting behind the camera as a producer and watching Son go at it too.
Well, as a producer, I've been doing that for, 20, almost 30 years now.
Yeah.
Um, and so, seeing my son do his thing was great. I knew he was in good hands with F. Gary Gray. Um, and the reason the movie resonates is because it's a movie about um, general topics that we all can relate to. It's brotherhood, break up to make up,
Rags to riches.
riches, David versus Goliath,
Yeah.
uh, and it's really, one of those movies that everybody can relate to, whether you've, been a fan of NWA or not. It's still one of those movies that you want to see the guys get back together and win. And then ultimately, real life comes in and it doesn't happen in that way. So, I just think it's a great movie, at the end of the day. And I'm proud of it, of course. I'm proud to, work with F. Gary Gray again. He directed Good Day Video.
Yeah.
He directed Friday, and now Straight Outta Compton. I think we do brilliant work together.
You do. Gosh, next year will be 10th anniversary of that movie. That's hard. Damn, that's hard to believe. Hey, final seconds. You've been generous with your time, but I wanted to hit, your Rock Hall induction in 2016. NWA, the fifth rapper slash rap group to go in. It was Grandmaster Flash, Run DMC, the Beasties, and Public Enemy. And then you all got in, and you were inducted by Kendrick Lamar. So that's cool. Shout out Super Bowl coming up. But I guess what I want to say is, what does it mean to you that hip hop is finally getting its flowers all these years later. Like I talked to LL Cool J on the red carpet at the Kennedy Center when he got his Kennedy Center honor, and we were talking about, it used to be Kennedy Center honors was ballet and the quote high arts, but hip hop is as high as art if it gets. Look at lyrically, look at structure. It is an art form. So are you happy to see it finally getting its due?
It's cool, at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, we were never in it for that.
Yeah.
Especially the kind of group NWA was. We always thought we was gonna be strictly underground.
Yeah.
And somehow, some way, it became overground. Everybody started getting into the group, but we thought it was an underground group. We didn't think it was gonna get radio play, and any kind of awards and accolades were out of the question. At the time when we came out, we had so many people against us, from teachers, politicians, to even other musicians, other rappers, was against the group. So we thought we was just gonna be underground. And so, you look and everything's flipped on its ear, and it's cool, you know what I mean? But we didn't get into it for it. We knew we was going the long route and the hard route, and we was fine with that.
Yeah, well, I'm glad everyone finally got to appreciate your genius. The underground and the overground. We all love Ice Cube now. Barbershop, there's so much we didn't even have time for, but I appreciate you joining us. Again, everybody, Ice Cube is coming to rock the Live Casino and Hotel in Hanover, Maryland on October 11th, touring his new album, Man Down. Check it out. Thank you so much. Legend.
Hey, man, anytime, and anybody, do yourself a favor. Come check out your boy Ice Cube, man. You know what I mean? Don't cheat yourself, treat yourself. Yeah.
Bye, Felicia. Thanks so much for listening to Beyond the Fame with Jason Fraley. Our theme music is Scott Buckley's Clarion. Remember to give us a 5-star rating if you like what you hear. We'll see you next time.